Hi guys, this is Juno and welcome back to another account review in Summoner's War. Today we are in It's That Guy's account. He's a global account. He wants help in RTA and Arena specifically. He said he got back into the game around 6 months ago, or at least he's been taking it seriously since then. And he told me to feel free on roasting his account. Well, he told me that he thinks he's having a hard time in Arena, regular Arena specifically, because he does not have a TIANA nor a Leo. For RTA, we'll have to take a look at his box and runes, but we will comment on those. Hey guys, before we start the video, if you guys are interested in getting advice and help from me and other Summoners War players, feel free to join my Discord, where the link is in the descriptions below. Also, if you enjoy my content and want to support me, become a Patreon, where the link for it is also in the descriptions. I want to say I appreciate all the support, and believe me, I really do. Anyways, that was it. Let's get back to the video. So currently he is in Fighter 1. He's been playing for 2,200 days, C1 regular arena and C1 RTA. Assuming that he wants to get better in both, he believes he probably has a better rune quality for a C1 account. So let's see if that belief stands. If we take a look at his unit box, took out some units because I already looked at this account before making this video, and I do think that he should go with a tanky arena defense. One thing I was really happy about what this account was doing is that he currently has a fake defense, meaning he has one unit up, so he's farming his arena points. I'm assuming it's due to his towers. Most to all of them were fully leveled up. However, there were a few that he still needs to work on, and the reason why probably he has a fake defense. But if he does decide to go with an actual defense, I do think he should run the Wind Monkey, Abelio, Triana, Darien, and I think it would work as a stall defense, or it could even get him some sneaky wins depending on how he runes these well. But if you look at his account, he has some very nice water nat 5s. I think he is lacking in the fire nat 5s. So Juno, Chiyu, Zeros, and then this girl, Sekhmith, Bellanis, Ophelia, but that is it. So definitely a lot less than the number we see up here, and a lot of these are very meta and still really good in actual PvP. Wind department, he has the Savannah, Diana, Triton, Ethna, Sierra, and the Chimera, which is the Lagmaron. So up to here, so it looks like he has 8 nat 5s in the wind department, 7 nat 5s in the fire department, and in the water department he has like 2 more, right? So 5, 10, 13 nat 5s in the water department. So there is some disparity there, but overall he has a handful of units that are pretty good in the current meta, so I'm pretty sure he could still get a higher rank if his runes can support it. He has 2 Huadam, so that's pretty cool, but no real notable LD unit other than that. If you look at some units that he currently did not build, he has a Belial, which is really good for a fast GB12 team, which I have currently running. He has a he has a Teor, Brandia, the Rocky, the Mephisto, the Peng Bek, so a very good AO unit right there. But other than that, there isn't much to talk about. So we see that there isn't a whole lot of arena offense units that he could go with. I will talk about that later, but right now let's jump to the runes. When I looked at his runes, I was actually very surprised because there are a lot of runes here that are really great, but he is also one of those accounts that are lacking grinds. Before I even start the rune stuff, you should do your BGR5 for a very long time. So if you look at this, slot 126, which is actually pretty good. 26 is probably top tier runes that we usually see in my account reviews. Slot 3 is 21, so this is a lacking slot. This is probably what I'll work on if I do decide to work on my Swift runes. This is an awesome rune. Slot 4, Ancient Rune, quad roll into speed. This could be a 32 speed rune right here, but even when it's not, it's still a very fast rune. Even if you get a blue grind, you could get up to 30. So I will definitely start working on that dungeon to try to snatch one of those grinds. The next one is 21, so this is by far the fastest rune in this slot. and then 26 on slot 5, and then finally a 23 on slot 6. So slot 6 and slot 3s are pretty lackluster compared to the other slots, but I do think you could at least squeeze out one really fast set. Well, maybe even two, but the second one will be a lot slower than your first one. Let's go to your violent runes. 24 slot 1, and then 21, 24, 23, 19. So slot 5 is a lacking rune. I'm pretty sure you got your event rune. I hope it was a slot 4 violent rune. Slot 5 is 24 and slot 6 is 27. This might have been your event rune, it looks like. If this was a recent pull, then maybe that, or even this one with a 26. Overall, slot 4 is the weakest and needs improvement on, so I would work on that. Will runes 20, that's a pretty slow one. Slot 3 24, 22. This is a 24 rune, crit damage, okay, but no HP or defense rune, so that's kind of worrisome because it looks like you don't have any of that. Slot 5, wow, really weak. And slot 6, a 29, a defense percentage rune. I don't think this would have been your event rune, and it's not because it is a hero rune. So overall, will runes are the weakest in my opinion, just because this slot is super weak, and for a fact this slot we could say is weak as well because there is no HP percent nor defense percent. Well, defense percent is probably not as desired, but no HP percent. So you would want to work on your will runes to get a faster and more efficient sets, especially if you want to work in RTA. So will, violent, and swift. I think your swift runes are actually the strongest. What's for sure is that both of those sets have slots that are weaker, considerably weaker than the other slots. So if you want to improve any of those slots, you could decide on any of them. Now let's go into the fun part. So arena, you're currently running this, but if you do want to make an actual defense, this is the way I would go. 100 res, 100 res, not 100 res here, but tanky, actually doing a lot of damage fast. I don't like that's on vampire. It should be on violent for sure. Abelio, violent nemesis. You did go for higher resistance, or I don't know if it came with it. Overall, it's not like bad. I think it would work during your rush if these are ruined correctly. This should be violent will 100 res, and this should be 100 res. Thank you. You could kill the speed to get more tankiness because I think it is pretty squishy right now. So that's what I would run. But currently, because your towers, like I've said, is not fully powered up, the water, fire, light, and dark are still in need of work, while as everything else is powered up. Now arena offense, this is where it gets hard. So you have the Lucian team, I'll keep that for now. You also have a cocky team, and that's about it. So you don't have a slow second turn team, and because you don't have the Leo. But if you do want to work on something, for a recommendation on the fast team, I know a good one. So I'll give you two recommendations for a arena offense, one a fast team and one a second turn team. Okay, so these are the two offenses. The first one is a fast offense where your Bernard obviously goes first, but now you have a speed lead because you don't have any of those up here. Well, you do, but it's a Lucian team, so this is separate from the Lucian team. The Bernard goes first, the Moore goes that's on Despair to strip and stun, the Galleon gets a defense break, and then Cocky cleans up with skill 2. This is probably a good defense against like those cocky speed defenses, but it really depends on how fast you can make your Bernard. But if you are confident with your speed, you could try and contest it with your Moore, which is a stripper. If you think that your Moore is not a consistent stripper, you could also change this with a Chi-U if you do decide to use it in this team, because I did see you have Chi-U. This would also be a valid team. Or if you want more speed and go full on with the Chi-U, strip, and stun, then you could even change out the Bernard for an Escher. The thing is, Escher has a less boost, so these units need to be speed tuned better, meaning that overall the team needs to be faster depending on how fast your Escher is. So that's my recommendation for a fast team. Your slow team, second turn team, looks like this. So here everything again needs to be at least 100k to 120k EHP. Well, let's say 100 to 110k EHP, because you are taking second turn, you are going to need to take the hits. Second is that they all need to be around 80 speed, 80, 90 speed, I have to say, because if they are too slow and you go into a fast team, the issue you're going to see is that they're going to overlap you and take more than one turn, and you especially don't want that to happen with units that have a strip such as Triton, right? Let's say it derps and uses skill 2 and you're all happy, but he gets to take another turn because he's so fast and he uses skill 3, and then you're kind of screwed with your turn order, and you don't want that. So because of that, you want to make it like 90 speed. I think 90 is a safe range, maybe even 100, so that you are for sure taking the next turn once your opponent moves. This type of team, you don't have a stripper, AoE stripper, meaning that the opponent defense does not have immunity once everybody moves. So you can't go into defenses that have like a TIANA, a Riley, a Wusa, so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So once they move, they have no will. Let's say they get a stun, a defense break, and you're in a tough spot. The Delphoid wakes everybody up, puts up will. You're getting defense breaks. Your Xerath resets, and then your Bale cleans up. You can always switch out the last unit with another AoE damage dealer that does a whole lot of damage. Another one is that you take this out and you put in either the Chi-U or Praha. I like the Chi-U. I think Chi-U has an overall more reliable strip. So you can put in the Chi-U again on Despair. So now let's say you are going into a defense that does have a Wusa, a Triana, a Riley, something like that. Once they all move, let's assume you survived. I'm going to assume that your offense is tanky, like I said, 100 to 120k EHP. Let's say everybody survives. Your Chi-U moves, strips, maybe stuns. Your Galleon defense breaks again. Your Xerath resets, and then your Bale cleans up. So those are the two teams that I would recommend for you. One, a fast team, which you might really not need because you did have your own fast teams with the Lucian. But if you want a different arena offense without the Lucian, then this is a good one. And then the second one, the more I guess the more important offense for you, because you don't have a slow offense, would be a team that looks like this. Depending on the type of defense you go into, you'll pick out either the Chi-U or the Delphoid. Okay, now let's go look at his RTA. RTA currently sitting at C1, but he wants to get better. He played 132 games, 53% win rate. So the issues I usually see with accounts like these, when they want to do RTA, they have too many units ruined up. I hope that they really start with 8 to 12 units and focus the best runes on them first, and then slowly expand your box. He did have a 59% win rate the past season, meaning that he could actually climb more. I guess he just needed to play more. Playing only 127 games, it looked like he couldn't climb as high as he wanted to. So I would play more this season and see how far he could get. Let's go and look at the units. So yeah, this is already 6, 6, 6, 18, 19, 24 units. So I would cut this box in half. I'll cut this box in half and start from there. One thing that I could check is to see if everything is ruined. If everything is ruined, that means you're dividing up your runes too much. And it looks like almost everything is ruined. That Moore and Praha aren't ruined. Then I'm gonna look at the skill ups. And if something does not look like it's usable without the skill ups, I'm gonna get rid of it. Okay, Vigor is fine because skill 2 and 3 is max skilled. Praha, you're a goner. Wusa, okay, Samad, Molong. So this is the first indication. Okay, Bulwark works without the skill up, so I'm gonna leave it. Nana, okay. Ooh, this is bad. I wish the Verd was fully skilled up, but I'll leave it for now because Verd does his job without his skill up. So, but Juno, I'm sorry, you will need your skill ups to work. So this is really bad that your Juno's not skilled up because she's a very good second turn unit that does a lot of things these days. With the buff, nerf buff, she's still really good. Okay, Tessarian's not bad. Triton, okay, this will be the only unit that I think will take the Swift set in this box. Yeah, I will take out this Huadam. And I'll also take out the El Sharion in your box because I don't think there are many cases you'll ever have to pull him out. Now with this box, it actually looks fine. The box itself looks fine. It's just a matter of rune quality. Now let's look at their runes. So this is too slow. This is on Swift. Violent build is definitely the meta pick. Rage, I would go Despair here. Violent, broken, really fast. So what are you trying to follow up with the Molong being super fast? Are you taking a Molong Bulwark combo? You're not, because if you want a Molong Bulwark combo, your Bulwark needs to go in front of the Molong. So you could pick the Riley Bulwark Molong I guess Molong first pick and then Riley Bulwark, or you could go Riley first pick because there aren't a whole lot of Molong first pick these days. You could go Riley first pick. If they don't pick them Bulwark, you could go straight for the Bulwark Molong and then hope that you could go with the combo, because these two together is really good. Verd has to be a triple revenge. Very hard hitting Verd, really slow though. Triple revenge, okay. I will change this to an HP slot or a defense slot. Oh, this is not a crit rate. Huh, so I guess you needed that rune to get the 100 crit rate. It's unfortunate. Well, it's not unfortunate anymore because you do have a crit rate slot for, so I would find a different build, make it more tanky, make it faster. If it doesn't have 100 res, I think you could squeeze out a lot of speed, so try to get a lot of tankiness plus 90 to 120 speed depending on your rune quality, or even more if you get it. Antares, a little squishy in my opinion. The box is fine. I'm not going to talk about the box. I like the box. The box is good, but it really depends on how you're using it. If I did have to pick a team, Molong, Bulwark, Riley would be one, or you could just go a preemptive team where you're answering to the opponent's picks, meaning counter picking. So what I like to do is pick out Riley, draft something around Riley, make sure that she has one of the best rune sets, because currently she's on Violent Will, not 100 resistance, and really slow. I would like her to be, well, if she's going to be really slow, you have to make sure that your damage dealers are going after her so that they could utilize the attack buff. However, I do believe you could get a better Riley. Currently she's overly high in HP that I don't think that you need. I'd rather kill some HP, give her more defense, give her 100 resistance, and give her 20-30 more speed. And with that, you'll properly tune your Molong and Bulwark, meaning that your Molong should be around the 120-30 range, and then your Bulwark should be like 1-2 speed faster than your Molong so that you could get the combo off. Wow, yeah, see, this is wrong. You know, the Abilio is the one unit in your box that doesn't need as much as speed that you gave him right now, because he has his passive where he steals turns or at least gets 100% attack bar if any of your allies go below 40% HP, I believe. If you want to go to control team, which you don't really have a good team for that, because the only thing that will currently really utilize the strip or any strip that comes in is probably your Sierra. I would go with a tanky team. Go with Riley, go with Bulwark, go with Molong, and then you could follow up with the Wind Monkey, which is really good, because with the strip turn Molong, he could land his defense breaks, he could cycle turns, he could get his stuns. You could also put in your Tessarion there, put in the Vertihil to take more turns. If they pick out TIANA or any Olivers, you would want to take out Antares to steal turns. I will try to get high res if I can, but if your account does not allow it, then that's fine. The importance of resistance, I think, goes up and is more needed. You could clutch, especially as you start climbing. But that's what I would do. I would not rune up the Fran that's on Swift. So if you're gonna rune the Fran on Swift, it means you don't have the rune quality for the Fran, unless you're running that special team that the Japanese cleavers use, like Fran, Elsharion, the Raoult, Dark, Jack-o'-lantern. If you're not gonna do that, there's no point of putting Fran on Swift. So play around with the box like this. You'll only use Triton to, I guess, outspeed a cleave. If you want to kind of scare them thinking that you're gonna go first turn, you could pick out the Moor first, but really your team does not benefit much from a control other than the fact you have a Savannah. So I think I would go with the Riley. Definitely a Riley first pick. Make her fast, make her 100 resistance, make her tanky, give some of the best sets to her, and then build your team around this unit. But that was it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's anything else that you guys would like to see in Summoners War, please put a comment below. If you guys don't agree on any of the advice I gave to It's That Guy, please let me know. Also put that in the comment below because I'm pretty sure he would appreciate that as well. That was fun. If you guys enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.